Welcome to NEXTGames Ambuscade series, August 2025, against weapons. Now, the last time we saw this was in 2023, and it's largely unchanged from then, and isn't as fast as most months for well-geared players, but does offer relatively easy hallmarks for players of all gearing levels. Let's get into it. First, key item acquisition. This month you need 1 Arcana kill for your first run of the day, and 3 experience-yielding Arcana kills for multiple runs in the same day. Now I find the best place this month to go for these is to home point warp to the top of Upper Delkfut's Tower in Quiffham, where you can quickly get both Volume 1 and Volume 2 key items off Gigas, pots, and dolls nearby. This of course won't be enough for well-populated servers, so feel free to post your own suggestions down there in the comments. Now, on to the run itself, which this month starts off against a single evil weapon called the Dastardly Banneret. Now he starts off with very high defense, making a fight with him take well over 10 minutes if you were just going to take him on at this defensive gearing level. Now I recommend starting the fight with making sure he is pulled away from your trust so that they can avoid any whirls of rage that go off, and then enfeebling him as much as you can. This will make the rest of your run much easier. Now don't bother weapon skilling at the start of the run. Save your TP for the adds that will soon come 10 to 15 seconds after the fight begins. Now the adds will be in the form of dynamis weapons that can spawn in waves of 1 to 3. Now when they spawn, quickly switch to them and take all of the ones in that wave out. They normally only take 1 to 2 weapon skills to take out each, so it should not take you that long. Each wave will lower the boss's defense, allowing you to then do meaningful damage to him. Now the amount of waves to take out that lowers his defense enough to do meaningful damage seems to be about 3, which also happens to be when the Golden Bomb spawns this month. So my recommended strategy is to take out 3 waves of dynamis weapons and then to focus solely on the boss. Now the 4th wave will summon the Golden Bomb only, and then he will begin spawning dynamis weapons again in waves 5 and beyond. Now I recommend ignoring any summoned weapons after the 3rd wave unless you are finding that they are overwhelming you and your trust. In that case, take out all but 1 to make your life easier. It's also worth noting that previously you could get a 2nd Golden Bomb to spawn by killing 6 waves of adds, but I went as high as 7 waves on 2 different occasions and saw no signs of the Golden Bomb spawning, so it's either been removed or it's no longer a 100% spawn rate at 6 waves. This strategy makes for wins in the 3 to 5 minute mark for players of all gearing levels, as you see with my 3 examples in this video. The first is with my well-geared Ninja, the second with my decently geared Dragoon, and the last is with my Ninja, but this time using Ambuscade gear and weapons only, not allowing myself any gear swaps or the use of any add-ins or plugins. Now for trust, I recommend the usual haste cap trust along with some good healing. For any extra slots, you can use trust such as Metsui P to stun Whirls of Rage, or add some damage by the use of using Coltada. Now in my Ambuscade gear example, I tank myself, but you can easily swap out Sethtus or Metsui P in that example for a tank trust such as Arc EV, as you see me doing in my Dragoon example, to make your life easier as you deal the damage. Now the main thing that can slow you down this month is the constant Whirls of Rage that can stun you for a good period of time. You'll see this happening in my Dragoon battle example especially. Now I recommend bringing a Ninja sub-job to try and block as many of those as possible to make your life easier. That's going to be all I have to go over for this month. I hope you found that helpful. Enjoy the rest of the battle examples and have a great month, everyone.